Mics are on and we are live.
Wake up, Wilmington. Look at this handsome panel today. Hey, go on, look at that. Look at the head on Uncle Punky down there. Dang, what'd you do that head, son? Look at that.
That cost me $20.
I would have done it for free for you. I just skinned her off for you. There you go. Hey, Hal, we got a good-looking panel on. We got Jer Bear down there. We got Uncle Punky, Mark Michael. And we got, here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Judge Carey from the Juvenile and Probate Court. Right? Am I saying that right?
Yes. Yeah, Common Pleas
Juvenile
Court.
and Probate Court.
Yeah, technically it's Common Pleas Court,
Juvenile
probate and juvenile divisions, yes.
Oh, look at that. Todd May just entered the house today. We got us a crew today. Anyhow, this is going to be fun. Todd was our very first guest. Do you know Todd by chance? Judge
He looks
Carey,
familiar,
Todd
but
May.
no.
He's the drone man.
Okay.
He flies the drones.
Yeah, he's the drone man. Debbie
okay.
Bowling, how you doing? Dean Thompson says hi already on Facebook.
Okay, hey Dean, how are you, buddy? You better be behaving.
Dean, really? Yeah, we know better than that, don't we? All right. Hey, it's 30 degrees. It's going to get up to 45 today. And, oh, did you get your medal? Oh, we got a coffee cup. Look at that. 45 today. It's supposed to be sunny. Tomorrow, 46 and rain. Sunday, 55. Monday, 57. So, we do have some news, and Judge Carey's here today. We're going to talk a lot about, this man's got tons of stuff going on. We're just going to this is probably just going to touch the surface of some of these areas today. But it's going to be interesting for you guys to know what's actually going on in juvenile court. I know a little bit more than the average bear just because we're friends, but also because I was a school teacher. So unfortunately, a lot of times I was around things as a school teacher you don't want to be, but it happens, you know. All right, you probably see several teachers a year come in your court having to testify and stuff. I had to do that, but that was when Alan was the head of it. Alan, you know. All right, happy Employee Appreciation Day. Rick has already wished Jerry and I that, and he says he's going to double our salary.
Don Wells.
Double 00.
Yeah.
So,
Double or nothing.
Zeros.
Rita Wolf Watson, Kevin Martin, how you doing?
First Friday of the month.
So happy Employee Appreciation Day. Doge is coming after consultants now. Here, Todd May, would you like to model real quick?
Todd's got
Todd, just stand right here in front. If you stand up here in front, you
got a new
can.
mug.
I got
Get up there.
a hobble. I got a hobble anymore, man.
Yeah.
Look at that. Doge is coming after consultants companies. If you'll pull up a chair beside me, you can.
I will.
And Booz Allen is the consultant company that is the most worried. 98% of their business is government. So they're shaking in their shoes. Since the beginning of the year under Trump, their stock has went down 30%. Department of Education,
Gone. They're going to get rid of it.
Trump is going to start the process of getting rid of it, but I do think he's going to need Congress to agree to that. I don't know. What do you know about that?
Well, Jimmy Carter created, and
Right.
of course we're talking about the Department of Education at the federal level, not at the state levels. Jimmy Carter created that by executive order, so I don't see why
Any
a president can't get rid of it
You're
by
right.
executive
That's
order.
absolutely
That's
true.
my
Any
deal.
executive order by the succeeding president can.
Just
Yeah.
what I've heard and seen, it looked like to me he's going to have Congress, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Executive orders by the next president can be rescinded.
Right.
Yeah, how did Jimmy create it without Congress? If
That's right.
He can't get rid of it.
How do half the presidents do what they do without Congress? I mean, think about it.
No, I mean, they're going to try to fight him, but Chad's right. I mean,
Yeah.
he will be able to do away with
Now,
it.
Charlie, I would still keep the federal Board of Education solely to handle government training, make sure that all government training complies with the Constitution, and two, validate and vet every credential of every federal employee to make sure they
So
actually.
still have a Department of Education, just take the focus from the schools just to their own. Erica Crabtree, good morning all. Special hello to Chad. New CASA here.
Oh, okay, sure.
What is the CASA? I saw Wilmington Auto just donated to CASA.
CASA is the court-appointed special advocates.
And that's your deal, right?
These folks are literally living angels. Children in cases that we handle, which is part of our responsibility, abuse, neglect, and dependency. In other words, the Child Protective Services cases or Children's Services cases, as some know them by. Those children don't have a voice. And we use guardian ad litems on some cases for that purpose, but the court-appointed special advocates have to go through as much.
Hang on just a second.
Sure.
So people understand what it is. What is the guardian ad litem?
A guardian ad litem is somebody that has special training that's the voice of the child, and they're paid for by the taxpayer. And they go out and go to the home to visit where the child lives. They go to the school, talk to their teachers, talk to everybody in the child's life, and they put together a written report of what they think is in the best interest of the child in those special cases that are in front of the court for abuse, neglect, or dependency. These are kids that are abused, neglected, or dependent.
And CASA is associated with that, how?
CASA replaces the guardian ad litem. These are folks that do it out of the
Okay.
kindness of their heart. They're not
Okay.
paid. They do it voluntarily. Some of the folks are folks that have already retired from their main career in life, or they found time in their schedule to give back to the community, and they have to go through as much or more training as the guardian ad litems do. So that's why I refer these folks as living angels. We have men and women doing it. We have more ladies doing it than men, but we love the men that want to give back that way.
Is this
And,
fairly new?
It's been around. It started probably, don't quote me exactly, but 70s or 80s out west.
Okay.
This county's always used guardian ad litems. I started the CASA program in around 2016 or 17 after I became judge in 2015. And I don't know what made me do it, but I heard about them and people that wanted to give back, and I felt like we had those kind of folks in our county. And I also felt at the same time that a lot goes on in juvenile court that nobody knows about. The average folks, the God-fearing, tax-paying, hard-working folks in our county don't know some of this.
That's why
but
you're
as
here.
as you learned
Yeah.
as a teacher. And so I thought, well, that would be good too. And come to find out, once we got it set up is when the opiate pandemic hit, and our cases went up 250%.
Wow.
So we were lucky to have the extra folks to cover.
you guys are watching right now, hit that share button. And obviously, if you have any questions this morning for Judge Carey, just throw them there in the comments and we will get to them. It's like that, Erica just commented she's a new member of it, and look at all that information we just got. We all learned something there.
We appreciate her. She's had to go through a lot of work to become a CASA, so we appreciate that.
Other stuff going on. Trump is delaying the tariffs on Mexico and Canada till April 1st. And the reason being, there's basic things he wants to see Mexico and Canada do. And he had a chat with Mexico's governor, basically, too, about getting some of these criminals back out of the United States, but also prosecuting the ones that need to be prosecuted here in the United States. And they're playing ball. So, who knows? Those terrorists may just end up being out there as a possible thing that could happen. It may not happen at all. Have you heard about Athena and the Blue Ghost? Athena landed on the moon yesterday. That's the second private spacecraft that has landed on the moon in 2 weeks.
And actually landed vertically.
And there's a third one, that did not land right. And but last week Blue Ghost did it and sent back pictures and stuff immediately. And Athena landed on the moon just yesterday, and I guess it was a smooth landing. Canada officials in Ontario, British Columbia urged to stop selling American liquor. No more Jack and Coke. It's going to be Caribou Crossing and Coke. I never had Caribou Crossing. You guys ever had Caribou Crossing?
No.
I never even heard of. I wonder if Caribou Crossing is even up there. That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah,
I see Jack. I see Maker's Mark. I see Crown Royal.
those are all the old staples.
Yeah, but I didn't. Caribou Crossing, I may have heard of it. I don't know.
Crown Royal's made in Canada, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I believe so. Yeah. Yep.
Kentucky exported. What do you think? How much do you think Kentucky exported to Canada last year in whiskey? How many millions of dollars? What do you think? Take a guess. We'll play a little high-low.
$1 billion?
That counts as one of your teams.
No. Well, no, not near $1 billion. Not near $1 billion.
I would say.
This is just Kentucky. Send it up there.
I would say 200 million.
Less than that.
130.
Less.
Really?
10.
Oh, more than 10.
You sure? I figured it'd be more than that.
More than 10 million?
Yeah, but less than 130. 130 is closer than 10.
So like 100 million.
Yep, $76 million of whiskey and other spirits.
Is that the state that
We're not keeping
exported
score
the
here.
most?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're not
Not
doing
yet.
too good.
Later on, we're going to keep score. We got a game for you later on. All right.
So was Kentucky the number one state as exporting alcohol?
I would say whiskey. It is definitely. Walgreens is out publicly. They've been sold to Sycamore Partnership, $10 billion deal. But the Walgreens is going to stick around, but no longer publicly traded. It's going to be private. On the border, Mexican restaurant, it's out. It's done. I don't even know if we have any on the borders around here. Have you ever eaten at an on the border restaurant?
No, I haven't.
Al Green, not the singer, the congressman who stood up the other night during the congressional meeting with Trump has been censured. And it was nice to see 10 Democrats actually sided with the Republicans to censure, and 2 didn't vote either way. So that's basically voting to censure also. Now, your brother, Michael Carey, was there. Has he given you any insight on what that was like the other night?
No, he's so busy. I hardly get to talk to
You
him.
don't get to talk to him much?
I text him, and sometimes he returns my text.
Well, we've seen him. We've seen him right there
we out twice.
during the speech.
Yeah, he got 2 good shots there.
One time he took up half the TV
Yes.
because that was when that little boy from Texas.
Right.
He was looking up at him, and the camera was right there.
Right there.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. It's pretty neat. All right, well, listen, it's up to our first break. Todd May, I think I'm going to try to get Todd to do that so you don't have to move, Jerry. Sound good? All right. Todd May.
Just go sit on Charles' lap.
No, I'm gonna have you go do something for us real quick, but you're gonna like what happens out of this. All right, we will be back in just a couple minutes.
Roller Haven is located at
Yeah, I think I
1640
got like
US Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com, or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town. Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
he's not having trouble.
Eat the throat stuff in mouth there.
Oh, we're back. There we go. All right. Hey, good morning, Dr. Schuessler. Hey, you're getting that age where you might need a foot doctor. Right there's the man, Dr. Schuessler. He's great. He's just telling you, he's new here to town, but
I got to talk to him about Let's Get Personal.
Rick definitely wants to talk to you about being a moderator for his Let's Get Personal, Let's Get Personal, a new show for singles. We're going to screw Clinton County up more. All right, Billy Thompson. Hi, Chad Carey.
Hi, Billy.
Let's see. Bill Lehrman watching right now. He needs to talk about his brother, Michael Carey. I just did that, Bill, but you're on it. Vicki Kendall just got her CASA paperwork. Mark Michael right next to you. Shout out to the March birthdays. Sean Bennett, good morning. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I said that. Good mooning. Good mooning. Not good morning.
That only happens occasionally on here.
That would not be good for any of us if any of us moon the other, or especially you mooning us.
What are you talking about, Charlie?
No, he's talking about it. That's his comment. All right. Last thing, 240,000 Ukrainians in the U.S. after Russian invasion will have their temporary status revoked. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, they're getting out of there because of a war. And there should be some kind of path if they want to stay. Yeah, your country's all blown up now. You don't have any housing to go back to. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough situation. All right, enough of the news. We're here. Judge Carey he's been a judge how many years now?
Going 25.
Who gave you your start though?
Who
gave you your start?
A really nice mayor who believed in me in Sabine, Ohio, appointed me as the magistrate of the mayor's court.
That's right, years ago. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. I feel like I am.
That's not uncommon.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah,
Hey,
we won't mention any names, but his initials were Charlie Hart.
that's right. If I don't, you guys sure the hell won't. So I will do it myself.
I
Occasionally we find something good about you.
you know how much I
Joe
think of you.
Davis the second.
Oh, Rick, we were friends. Okay.
I wasn't going to go there.
So, but how many years were you in municipal court?
We were there 15.
15.
Yeah.
And then
We're starting our 11th year as of
That's
past
hard to
February
believe.
8th. I know it.
that's hard to believe. You've been
Probate
11
juvenile.
years.
Yeah, when did we're the old guys now. When did that happen?
You don't look it.
Yeah, well, you don't either, but thanks. I feel it some days.
Well, I believe
You
that.
look much younger than Charlie.
Yeah, well, that's awful nice, but I don't know if I buy that.
I have to, hey,
Thank you. But,
Jerry he likes to
but
do this.
yeah, my dad used to have a funny saying, "Getting old isn't for sissies." So,
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, that is true.
you know, I don't know what happened.
He's being nice because he might
So,
not work.
looking back at your years on the court, what's a couple things that stand out, and then we'll get into talking about today's court.
Well, first off, I love what I do, and it doesn't seem like it's been over 25 years. That's the first thing. Nothing really stands out. I mean, every day is a different day, and you sometimes deal with different things. Of course, a lot of times you deal with the same old, and you know, you have to keep yourself. I don't know. You need to think of yourself as like a duck on the pond. Everything looks calm and cool on top, and then your feet are underneath, just going as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the
Good analogy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to not let a bad day affect what you're doing and stuff like that. So I didn't see that. That's way too small writing for me to see. From
Chad
this
must
distance.
be in his 70s. Dean Thompson.
Oh, thanks, Dean.
Dean, he'll remember that next time you got to go to court for something. Because even though you're not going to be in juvenile court, just one little quick phone call. That Dean Thompson cat, throw the book at him.
No, I wouldn't do that. I know Dean and Billy both too
I
well.
do.
I couldn't hear their case. I have to put them in front of a visiting judge.
You have to put him in front of a visiting judge and then tell that judge,
Yeah.
hey, throw the
Yeah.
book at him. No. No, Dean, we're just messing with you. And Dean's just messing with Chad, too, because if you don't know Dean Thompson in Wilmington, you're not from Wilmington. That's all I got to say. That boy knows
Only got
everything.
Harriers and Jerry.
Jerry, yeah, they're like cousin Sasquatches. So, anything from the municipal court that you miss?
Well, yeah, you missed the caseload, you missed the action, and I missed the traffic cases because now I have my magistrate here the traffic cases for the juveniles because we still have traffic cases for juveniles under 18. But yeah, I missed those cases. I enjoyed them, but I don't miss the grind. The municipal court's more for a younger person.
It's a busy
It
place.
is. We
isn't it?
did 23,000. When I was there, the courts, for whatever reason, is only doing a lot less cases. About last I heard, half the caseload. But when we were there, we were anywhere from 20 to 21, 22. I think the highest year was 23,000 cases a year.
23,000
Yeah.
cases
Yeah,
in
there's-
1 year.
There was days you didn't have time to go to the restroom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was tough. So yeah, it's a little more laid back at the juvenile probate court, but you still do a lot of cases, and the cases are more complicated. They stay around
We
for
can
longer.
get close.
Wow.
23,000. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, we were one of the busiest municipal courts per judge in the state back then.
Yeah, that's just nuts. 23,000. Well, how many do you have now? Probably more. This is going to scare you, folks. Just juvenile.
Oh, juvenile. I don't have those figures memorized, but we do 2,000 or 3,000 a year total, probate and juvenile. Juvenile court takes up 75 to 80% of my time.
Yeah, because probate. Now, what do people come to you for probate for?
Probate is, of course, estates. Administering the assets, guardianships, folks that have mental incapacities that cause them not to be able to take care of themselves or their business. We also have mentally ill cases. These are folks that are mentally ill and can't make decisions for themselves.
I was just smiling at
Yeah,
Jerry.
we hear those cases. I don't think Jerry's on my docket, so he's good.
Not yet.
Yeah, and we also do things like if a minor child is like involved in an injury and their case goes to court or is settled, we approve those settlements. So there's and I'm leaving out a few things.
Marriage license.
Yeah, we do marriages.
Somebody married me from the probate court. I wonder who that was.
Yeah, we
municipal court, I guess.
Right, I
at that
married
time.
you, but you had to buy your license at probate court. But we do marry people every Wednesday at 11:30. You have to make an appointment, so you can get married. And of course, judges we can't charge,
Right.
So it's free. Oh yeah, you do have to pay for your marriage license. That's
Right.
the law. But you can get married for free, and I do that every Wednesday at 11:30.
Do you usually get a couple?
We get to do two happy things: marriages and adoptions. Everything else we do is kind
There
of
you
sad.
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine some of the stuff that you've seen in there. That's. I think that would be the worst part about your job is seeing what some of these kids. Well, even when you're in municipal court, just what some of these people have went through. And we won't get any details about that, but just as a teacher, that's why I never wanted to be a principal. I just remember the principals talking to me throughout the years about going on home visits. And I had a principal one time, and I applaud him for this. He would never suspend kids because he would just put them in his office for 3 days with him because he felt like it was better for them to be in school than to be at home and the situation that was there. And that's teachers a lot of times don't think about that. They just think a kid's a troublemaker, get him out of here so they don't mess around with the rest of the kids, which is valid also, but you got to look at the whole situation.
We had some kids that they would do that with because they knew what was going on at home, and they give them in-school suspension.
Right, just keep them at school, and because it's I don't even want to get into some of the things I've heard about. So.
Well, we deal with very, very few bad kids. We have two kinds of kids that, mainly that we see on a daily basis, and it's a few kids that are good kids that do bad things, and then we see a lot of kids that are what we refer to as at-risk kids that are the kids you're referring to. Their home life is not like what we had when we grew up, and these kids aren't parented at all, and in many cases, about all of them actually, that aren't parented, some of those kids suffer from food, lack of food in the home.
Exactly, yeah.
And lack of clothes, lack of hygiene, lack of every resource that we think of that's important. And what's worse is it's a lot of times it's not the parents' fault because they weren't parented.
Right.
Their parents were. It goes back generations, 6, 7 generations. At one time, all over this wonderful United States, there wasn't even juvenile court. Juvenile court hit this county in the 40s.
Yeah.
And there was just probate court. But the breakdown of the American family, unfortunately, the juvenile court dockets are growing when maybe some of the other court dockets are shrinking.
So. Yeah, it's amazing. Now, somebody may ask, and I'll answer this, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But any of the courts, though, if you want to go in and watch them, they're open to the public.
Yes.
Yeah. So
many of my hearings are open to the public, but anything having to do with a child is not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what we call a sealed hearing. Now you could be at them because you were their teacher or their administrator in school, but yeah, the adult cases, like our we call it deadbeat dad and mom day, folks that don't pay their child support, those are all public. Everything having to do with probate is public, with few exceptions. Only adoptions are sealed. But about everything for a juvenile is a private hearing, for obvious reasons.
It is just about time for another break, and there's food. So when you tune back on, you're going to see 3 of these guys, because one's going to be back here, eating some Trail House. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Trail House.
What in chat?
Yeah, I hate to come with empty hands, but I didn't know there was this many people involved.
Well, they're not usually. It's just some people get bored.
Yeah.
So our hearings are open to the public here too. And we've actually invited people. If anybody wants to come in and watch the show, they're more than welcome.
Well, I feel bad. I've always supported everything you've done, but I'm not on Facebook, and I guess I didn't know you were on YouTube till just a few minutes ago.
Well, yeah, all our shows are up, so you can catch up.
Okay.
So when you're bored at home, or you just need something to laugh at and escape reality for a while.
Sure.
Just watch, and then we do get a little. It gets a little Bob and Thomas occasionally.
Okay.
So I'll just give
I
you
don't
that
know
fair
what that
warning.
means, Bob and Tom.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
What?
So what's that mean?
Oh my
This
God.
one and that one get a little
No.
Okay.
He,
Okay.
Goat lube, Chad.
Oh, is it okay? Okay. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
need-
I don't know what. I don't want to know what the goat lube is. Either.
no, you don't.
No.
If you go to YouTube, look up Bob and Tom, but then look us
Okay.
up too. You'll see some of that. All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
Donuts.
So we off the air?
Getting a makeover and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
on the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Hello, Troy Bach at Car Express. Want to wish Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse best of luck. Thank you for supporting local businesses. You can check us out online at Car Express at CarXpressWCH.com. We're at 321 South Elm Street, Washington Courthouse. Stop in or apply online.
To get this.
Well, I can't come empty-handed. You know me better than that.
Hey, Charlie, we had a television
We're
appearance.
back. We'll be here.
Had a TV
I hate it. You're
appearance
gonna
on
have to
Channel 19.
see this fat guy eating on camera. That's the only.
This Rick.
Nobody.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
that's right.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you were on. Jerry saw you on Channel Todd 19. on Channel
Todd
19. Yeah. Yeah, Channel 19. That's cool. All right, so we have a look at this.
Yeah, everybody take a bite. This is a Geta breakfast sandwich with bacon, egg, pepper jack, and
I don't even know if I can get my mouth around this thing.
it's got tomato, onions. It's from the Trail House, so kudos out to them.
Trail
Everything
House
they do is very
Tavern.
flavorful. And I have a saying: if you're going to stay fat, you got to eat.
That's true.
And
That's true.
There's no sense in being big and hungry. So
There's
here we go.
plastic silverware up here if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm not a huge Geta guy, but we'll see how this goes.
And if any of the viewers have not had Geta, I highly recommend
Mr.
it.
Phelps, he can give you something to eat.
It's a pork product.
It's pretty good.
We'll leave it at that.
It's pretty good.
Yes.
Well, if you look it up,
In Cincinnati.
yeah.
yeah, if
Geta's
you look it up,
amazing.
I think it's from Germany. It's a way to stretch your meat, and it'll have like pork. It could have ham or sausage, and then it'll have like something like a grit. Mm-hmm. Like grits in it.
Those Germans are 50 people.
In other words, it's like a very flavorful meatloaf.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and it's really good for breakfast. But I guess you could eat it for anything. So what do you think? What do you think of it?
I like it. I like it. Headed to Tennessee today. We'll have fun there, JD. Remember JD Kramer? He's probably too young for us. You remember JD?
Sounds familiar.
You probably saw him in court.
Well,
Just saying. JD, I love you. Just tell him to like it.
well, the good news is if I don't remember your name and you're from court, that means you're not a frequent flyer, which is a good thing.
No, he's not a frequent flyer.
Watch out for those ticks in Tennessee, because that's right
Yeah,
down there
watch
by
out for
North
those ticks
Carolina.
in Tennessee and North Carolina.
One of
you
them
might
got
get
me.
the, what is it you had?
The Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear I don't know if it's true, it might be a conspiracy theory that sometime in the 60s or 70s or 80s, I guess our U.S. military weaponized ticks.
Oh, well,
Infected them and then they'll drop them on
nice.
enemies.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
thank
true,
you,
yes.
Department of Defense.
No, yeah, well, I hope it's not true.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, now we're talking about juvenile court today. We talked about how many cases you get, but here's the neat thing about Chad, and I'm gonna give him the Walter Mitty. He's a Walter Mitty, just like the rest of the. It seems like successful people who come on here. We just lost our screen now. Here, Larry's back. Yeah, we just lost our. Jerry, you need some plastic silverware? I got it right here. You want it? It's back. The screen went black just for an instant and come back on. But Chad, he's got a lot of private things he does also as well, but his court is also Walter Mitty. Tell everybody about all these side projects you got going with the court.
Well, as we touched on, most of the kids we deal with, the kids that are, have it tough at home, when I first took over, because I guess to explain this, I got to kind of put the foundation down. When I was muni judge for 15 years, the good folks that did bad things, like drove under suspension of their license and so forth, we would do community service, and instead of jail.
Right.
Because all those cases are serious M1s and require a lot of jail time, and you'd find people that most courts didn't take them seriously; they just fined them $100, and so you'd have these people appear in front of you. Had 20 driving under suspensions.
Wow.
And it's frustrating for the law enforcement and the community in general, because they're like, well, at some point you got to put these people in jail. So what we would do is we'd have them do community service and get their license back rather than jail. And so during this process, I immediately found out that townships and schools and counties, governmental entities that you do community service for, didn't have any money for paint, concrete, the materials, wood, to do the community service projects. So the law allows the court to have a special projects fund for anything having to do with the court. So we started charging every criminal case and every traffic case $1, and we put it in a special projects fund. So like if Sabina needed their curbs painted, and they didn't have the money for it, didn't have the manpower, we would do that as a community service project, and we could afford to buy the paint. Like one year, I think we did, just using Sabina as an example, we painted all the hydrants, and that paint is expensive. It has crushed glass in it, so it's reflective, and we could buy the paint, so Sabina didn't have to. We did that for 2 or 3 villages in the county, but so these folks would do the community service, get their license back, and we would suspend their jail. And of course, they didn't do that. Some of them, ended up out at the hotel. But what I learned during all that was that a lot of folks, their parents don't teach them anything anymore. Right. They don't teach them how to drive a nail, how to pick up a paintbrush. And so when I got to juvenile court, I thought, that's not going to, these at-risk kids, we're going to not just make them do demeaning things like pick up trash and cut weeds. We're going to teach them stuff. So we started a special projects community service program with the help of Chad Mason, who's a farm boy here in the county, and we stole him away from Greene County. He was a big shot up there. Oh, he's amazing. He does a lot for everybody. He's just an amazing peach of a human being, kind of like you. But anyway, Chad started this program, and this was his brainchild, this 4-H program for at-risk kids. So after we were doing that for a while, I don't know if it was a year or what, Chad Mason came into my office. He calls me boss sometimes. He goes, boss, I got an idea. I'd like to start a 4-H program for these at-risk kids. And I said, man, that's a great idea. I wish I'd have thought of that. So he did. Him and Mel up at our office have worked tirelessly and put this program together. We've been doing it now for about 9 or 10 years. And it doesn't cost the taxpayer a penny. It's all done by donations and people giving their time. And that's what these kids need, because they don't have time of an adult, a parental figure or custodial figure at home. And these kids have responded well, and we've actually got national recognition for the program. And in 4-H, it's amazing what you could take. So we literally we're the only 4-H club in the county that offers everything. Mm-hmm. You can do anything from welding to interior design, of course, the animals, everything. And it's just been a godsend for these kids. And the stories I can start telling you would make you cry.
Yeah, that's awesome. If they had a list of every certification that you could get, right, based on the number of hours. If I got 60 hours of community service on the books, right?
Mm-hmm.
You send this kid off to a 40-hour training program to become a forklift operator or a welder, right? A drone, licensed drone pilot, and then you're leveraging that mistake time to help give them some type of paper that allows them to
maybe you go get a job
Yeah.
someday.
And we do just that, but with the thanks of the Habitat for Humanity program. We have kids learning how to do rough-in plumbing, rough-in electric, hang drywall, frame a house, roof a house. Those retired gentlemen and women that do the Habitat for Humanity take the time with these kids, and we give them certificates when they're done. And I've already, even though I've only been judged up there 10 years, I've already been out in the public where people come up, kids come up, and or, young adults say, "Hey, I got a job because of what I learned."
Yeah. Yep.
That's
It'll
gotta
also
make
be
you
my
feel
career.
good.
Yeah.
Chris Walls, Chad Mason is the real deal, great human.
Yes, that's true.
Vicky Kendall, Chad does great with the 4-H club. He works hard with the kids. Jake Lindsay has a question, and I'll answer this for you. He wants to know, between adults and kids, who is the more hard to deal with? All of us answer together. Ready? Say it.
Parents.
Adults are harder to deal with. I can tell you that right now. Bill Lehrman, old EJ, Ed Johnson of the ABM would be proud of you, Chad. He lived for 4-H and the FFA. You remember Ed Johnson?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
Small world. I was in 4-H for many, many years.
Well, with the uprise of agricultural drones, if you guys want somebody to come out and help teach these kids how to become a licensed drone pilot,
there you go.
reach out to me.
Okay.
I'm more than happy to. Former squad leader for a statewide drone program, and a whole bunch of certifications that'll kind of creep you out.
See this? That's the book of his certifications.
Really? That thick?
Yeah, and still can't find a job.
Yeah, I've got like 2 pieces of paper, maybe. About that. Do you know Mr. Schmidt from Port William that does that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I farm too. So we have a working family farm, and that's one of my passions. And he, for the first time, I hired him to fly on cover crop, and he can spray or spread seed.
Yeah.
And he has 2 drones. One's flying the seed on while the other one's getting filled and the battery's changed.
Yep.
But it was fascinating to watch that.
Oh, you should see these things in the world of public safety. When I was in North Carolina, obviously there was a lot of missing people. One campground we went to, there was 100 RVs and campers there when the floodwaters came through. And you could estimate each camper has 2 to 3 human beings in it. So we were looking for 200 to 300 people.
Oh, my.
Regretfully, we only found 8 at that location. But the whole time in North Carolina, we flew 70 miles of rough terrain and identified 49 high probability targets. So you can actually identify a human after they've already expired. So it's pretty amazing technology, kind of morbid to share with others, but we were very proud of that accomplishment. And then my lovely parting gift from North Carolina was the Lyme disease. So.
Yeah, you were in the hospital there for a while, weren't you?
Yeah. It's still ongoing.
Well, thank you for your service. That was a bunch of folks that kind of got forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big time.
Well, yeah, Todd, when were you on Channel 19?
I think last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Now, how did that come about? Did they just call you, or did you call them, or what?
A friend of a friend reached out, and we were on there trying to raise donations because our donations are absolutely horrible because everybody hates drones. Like the hate is real.
I don't know if it's hate or just people misunderstand.
I don't know. We've been shot at a lot, so I think it's hate. But yeah, there's no recurring donations coming in, and yeah, it's sad because if we end up closing up, which is a huge reality, probably within the next 30 days, Ohio taxpayers are going to end up spending $30+ million for drone services across the entire state. So either you support a nonprofit group who's very thrifty with your money, or you let each government agency create their own drone program, and then you're going to be spending $30+ million across the entire state. So that's kind of where we're at.
I wouldn't even know right offhand who to tell you to reach out to, other than the people that you've already reached out to. On this.
Well, we got amazing things happening. I mean, we got the AI technology for finding missing children with autism. Boston University's plugged into that. We've had meetings with the Cincinnati Autism Board. Had a meeting with Warren County yesterday. They're going to provide us interns to help with the computer programming and other stuff that we need. There's a ton of stuff happening on the backside besides drones, but we just got to find people to get over that drone hate.
You know, have you thought ever about reaching out to the Alzheimer's Association?
I think we did.
Because if you haven't, I mean, let's face it, how often do we hear about people being lost?
Yeah. Yeah, we also went out to a lot of the nursing homes in our territory and, handed them letters and said, hey, if you guys end up with, with a patient that's missing, give us a call. We're more than happy to stop by. And yeah, no feedback from that either.
All right, it's time to take a break. We'll be right back. And apologize that we're eating, but it's good.
Sorry about that.
Who says living with labels is a bad
It's really
thing?
good, though.
Especially bright, easy to read labels with a large font.
When one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Yeah, not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Skills.
Accomplished something.
Yep.
Yeah, they got
All right, we
wonderful
are back.
self-esteem.
We are back. Just talking about the benefits of doing community service. Yeah. Well, let's face it, you don't want to send people to, especially youth, you don't want to send them to detention facilities, although you will, But where do most of our youth go for detention? Is that up at Troy still, or is it?
Well, we use both. We use Greene County, which is a lot closer, and Xenia, Ohio, and then we because they can't provide enough beds for our needs, we have to use Troy also. Troy probably has a little bit more programming. They're more expensive, and it's a long drive. So and these families are already, they have hardships that would affect being able to visit their kids.
I think Highland County, they use Chillicothe, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's no fun. Where I taught at, a lot of the kids have been through the Troy facility, and they weren't looking forward to going back when they had to, but.
Well, I can tell you after being stationed at Lucasville for 3 months during COVID.
Were you stationed or were you certain? I'm just kidding.
No, I was on the right side of the bars. But yeah, we had to personally contact over 1,100 inmates daily. And obviously there was a lot of inmates in there, they just looked at you and you're like, oh, as soon as this guy gets out of the bars, I'm done. But there was a lot of good guys in there who just made stupid mistakes. Right. And it broke my heart to see a lot of these guys just doing serious time. So if there's any youth out there and you think, hey, I'm just going to do what I want to do, let me tell you, Lucasville, no joke, man.
Yeah, you
like
would, that would carry you, wouldn't you, if you were a youth and saw some of the. I'll tell you another message I have for the youth, and if you all have an opportunity to have influence on a young person who needs mentoring, is tell them this. There's a lot of people at Lucasville and all prisons for the sole reason of who they chose to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to start picking your friends, and life can be simple if you'll allow it. There's positive people, negative people. A negative person is what we refer to in court. We have a technical name for it. It's called knucklehead. A knucklehead will drag you down into their misery.
Yep.
And you might even find yourself as an adult in prison because you chose to hang out with a knucklehead. A positive person is somebody that wants to lift you up and make you better and help you. That's a positive friend. That's who you should choose to hang out with.
Yeah, and I will say, people who love you will tell you the truth, regardless of whether or not it risks your friendship, right? The friends to watch out for are the friends that never tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Chad, it's a good thing you're old enough to not be influenced when you come in here.
Well, that's a problem in the world. We don't have enough characters anymore.
What the heck was that?
I don't know where he's going.
Just stay in your box. I don't know. I don't know where that was heading.
I don't know where he's going with that. Maybe he thinks I'm not politically correct.
Uncle Punky. I don't know if that was direct.
You're not politically correct.
Okay. He thinks I'm not politically correct.
I guess. Yeah. Jerry, just keep digging that hole back here.
We're not politically correct.
Well, I had a pastor one time tell me, and this is very true, everybody, even you out there and you out there, is only one bad decision away from ruining their life.
Yeah.
One bad decision away from ruining your life. So, and that's why we need to be forgiving. That's why you always hear about the windshield is a lot bigger because the future's a lot brighter than the rear view mirror, you know. Whatever's in the past is in the past. Keep it in the past and look ahead and try to do better from what you've done.
That's a fancy way of saying try to learn from your mistakes.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. My dad used to say, do as I say, not as I do.
Your dad was great. I tell you,
he was the character.
We were talking about your dad and uncle yesterday. Travis Fenstemacher was in here, and he had Unc for a teacher. Yeah. And we were reminiscing about Harry Carey. Life is good, baby. Life is good.
That's right.
That was his theme. That's even on his gravestone.
Yes, he put that on his gravestone.
Life is good.
His choice.
Yep. Jake Lindsay's asking you all kinds of questions here. What's your favorite court drama show? He doesn't watch TV. He's too busy.
I'll tell you, I don't watch a lot of court drama, but I have watched them before, and they're more entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the thing when I at the end of the show, or when I finally get frustrated and turn those off, you know, the thing that troubles me is the judges on those shows don't always show respect, and we try to always show respect. You know, I've never had to, in 25 years, I've never had to use my gavel to bring order to the court, and I think it's because, you know, we try to show respect first, because that's how you truly get respect back, is you show it first.
Right.
And those court drama shows don't do that.
No.
They're entertainment, folks.
I was looking. I tell you what, Jake. If you want to watch a pretty cool show that's new, that's on, there's a show on Netflix called 0 Day, and it does have Robert De Niro in it, which he's a flaming liberal, but he's a good actor. And this is a pretty neat show. It's funny though, kind of how they framed it, because they kind of framed it like, you know, Joe Biden's still around and liberal. De Niro plays that part, and then they have a black woman president. Imagine that, you know. So when they were filming this, they were trying to predict the future.
Yeah, they were hoping different outcomes.
But the show's good. The premise of the show is really good, and it is unfortunately something that probably could happen, which is a little scary. Bill Later, in my opinion, farm kids grow up in a responsible environment. I look back in my life and understand how much farming taught me great things. Work hard every day and take ownership. Well, Bill, I wasn't a farm kid, and I turned out all right too. So
That's true.
Take that, put that in your pipe.
But
and
why
smoke
is it? You had really good parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
your mom.
I had friends who were farm kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I had friends that were farm kids.
Yeah, and you had the land across the street where you played baseball.
Oh, we played all the. Yeah, that's something you don't see kids doing anymore.
Well, and I don't know how many people know that, but Charlie Hargraves had his own baseball
Card shop. one
baseball
time,
field across from his
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and if we messed up, that house back there was
It
not
didn't make
lived
any-
in.
it didn't make
yeah,
any
we broke
difference.
a window or two in that over the.
Yeah, it didn't make any difference. We had a lot of fun.
Right.
We had a lot of fun when we were kids.
Do people know you were like a grand slam hitter?
I don't think so. That's
you could
too
whack the
many
ball.
years in the past.
Yeah,
you
Charlie
know?
knocked in a lot of runs and had a lot of home runs.
Yeah, it was fun. I love baseball.
I enjoyed telling your students that in later years, they a lot of people didn't know how good a baseball player you were.
They don't. Well, I tell you, who was a neat person to grow up with. Not only my dad. My dad was a basketball player, but remember Tobe Weichel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tobe Weichel used to work at the Ted Kluszewski baseball camp down Bainbridge.
Wow.
And
did you get to go to that?
no, I never did get to go to it. I think it might have closed up before I was of age to go.
Okay.
But it was just neat having Tobe. Tobe was wheelchair bound, but he had this cart. He'd come up every day, shoot the bull with Dad outside. And,
I remember that.
yeah, and it was just neat listening to this guy's stories. Because, he'd met a lot of the Reds. Obviously, he knew Big Clue, and it was good.
How about that?
All right. So, you got other programs, though. Like I said, we're just scratching the surface. We talked about 4-H.
The biggest and most important program, but the foundation I had to lay, because if we hadn't had did what we did with the community service, we wouldn't have had the 4-H program that's done so well and all done by donations. To now, 3 years ago, we got a grant from the Department of Youth Services, which funds all the basically prisons for kids. The kids that do capital cases, felonies, go to what I call kiddie prison, but it's Department of Youth Services. That's the name we have to call in the flowery world we live in today. But Department of Youth Services started a program many years ago to fund things to encourage judges not to put kids in the kiddie prisons.
Right.
And so they heard about our programming, and we were one of the first counties to get a grant 3 years ago for 2 years to run a resource center. And a resource center is something that I probably should spend the whole rest of the time talking about, because we managed to run that resource center. We're on our third year.
After school program.
Right, it's after school program, and sometimes during school for kids that have been expelled or not going to school or what have you, or being homeschooled, and that's a whole nother problem. And of course, COVID, we're still finding kids that haven't been properly educated because of COVID, and they're paranoid to go back, and their parents aren't making them do the right thing. But anyway, the resource center, we managed to run it 3 years with 2 years worth of grant, and we're getting to the point now. The Department of Youth Services won't have any more money for 2 or 3 years yet. So we need to figure out how to keep this thing going, because it's that good. And it's been an experiment that's turned out to be a godsend for many kids. We have a lot of good stories. But to give you an example of some of the programs there is, we have a Making the Mark program that's every Wednesday from 4 to 6, and then after that we feed you. We have recreation. These kids come up. These are the kids that most of the referrals aren't even in trouble with the court. A lot of the referrals come from schools, from police officers, from neighbors. The kids are doing pretty good in life, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they're flunking now. They're not going. They're starting to be truant. We put them in that program and get them back on track. We also have programs for kids that are being bullied, that are lacking self-esteem, for example, or they're having trouble with their peers. Programs like martial arts programs, programs that build their self-esteem. We have everything from art, music writing, musical instruments. And again, we bring them up for these programs. They learn a little bit how to cook. We have a family meal in the evening, and then we have some recreation, and then we take them home, and we provide a lot of the transportation for the kids that don't have transportation. So now, what are we kind of doing? I mean, you've kind of heard kind of a
Providing a home, basically, for them.
Well, we're parenting them.
Yeah.
We're parenting, and we also have a parent project, which is a little different. You know, you've heard of how some parents are, because they're going through a divorce or dissolution or kids in trouble, they have to go to parenting classes. Well, this parenting project is for the kids and the parents. We have that program where the parents are in one area learning, getting more tools in their toolbox to help their kids help themselves, and then the kids are in another area learning things also. Because a lot of the kids that have been in my court know there's 2 words that we have to learn before you go through any of my programs, and that's eager and grateful. Eager to learn, eager to do what you're supposed to, eager to obey your parents, your teachers, your neighbors, and then grateful for everything that the world does for you. You know, the fact that, you know, you have a place called home, the fact that you have your teacher caring about you, and so eager, grateful, we try to instill that. And you'd be amazed, I need to share this, it's probably not politically correct either, but I asked kids, I said, have you ever heard of the saying, you know, honor your father and your mother, or your grandpa and grandma, or your uncle, or whoever is your custodial parent?
Right.
Honor them, and they look at me like, no. I'm like, well, that's too bad, because you know, it's one of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
So we talk about those things, and but it's lack of parenting, it's lack of, and some parents, you know, like I said, it's not their fault. They weren't parented, you know, and it goes worse than that. You know, in our complicated world, they work
Generational
harder.
thing.
Yeah, they work harder. You know, mom and dad both work now. You know, I'm all about statistics, and you need to have a 2-parent household to avoid this statistics I'm getting ready to share. And I'll ask you to chime in if you could. Some of you may already know this, but if you're in a 2-parent household, the 2 parents could be grandma and mom, or could be dad and aunt. You know, but 2 parental figures in the house. There's only a 6 or 8% chance a child will end up in the juvenile justice system and in trouble and truant and so forth. But guess what the percentage is if there's only a 1-parent household?
80.
It's not that bad. 50%. So if you raise kids as a single parent and they never end up in the justice system, you're 50-50 shot.
Wow.
So if you raise 4 kids and none of them ended up, wow.
That is, yeah.
You know, or if you raise 2 even, but here's what's worse. Once you're in the juvenile justice system, guess the percentage of chance that you'll be in and out of court all your life.
I'd say another 50%.
Yeah, well, no, it's closer to yours. It's like in the 70-some percent. So we have a small window of opportunity to help change these kids' direction, and that's what we're trying to do. That's one of the main reasons I went from adult court to where I'm at.
One thing I'd like to add, since you segued into the good book, it's not just the kids, it's also the adults, because in Scripture, it says that men are called to be a father to the fatherless, right?
That's right.
So if you're a man out there and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I already worked 12 hours today, I'm just going to sit on my butt and watch TV for the next 4 hours and just kind of veg out, you could be taking those 4 hours of sitting on your couch watching this mindless television show that really doesn't do much of anything. No. And you could be volunteering your time in the community, helping the children or helping the parents learn these paths to success, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, listen, on that note, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
They said it could never happen. They hoped it would never happen, but now the most unpopular vegetable in the soup family is getting her own talk show.
That's right. Coming this fall on the Food Channel, it's The Okra Show.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Celebrity gossip and other stories that matter the most. Plus, what's coming to the Murphy Theater on the weekly edition of The Murphy Report.
It's what we dish up for you. When you hunger and thirst for real journalism, look elsewhere.
But you can find us at themurphytheater.org or the Murphy Theater YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
You know, Amanda, I used to have my own morning talk show.
Oh, why'd you give it up?
Well, there was a little dispute at the time of my contract renewal.
Oh, what was the disagreement?
Well, I wanted to renew, and they didn't.
What'd they replace you with?
A half-hour infomercial on nail clippers.
When you have to know before anybody else, count on your one source for useless, made-up news, The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Hey you, so check this out.
Amazing. It's only amazing, my friend. It's only so cool.
It's gonna kick off.
You think that's hot? Check out Jake's magic. It's awesome, amazing, incredible, and a lot of fun.
Jake Lindsay, his magic show is absolutely amazing. Right, Jerry?
Yes, and he's single too.
Oh my goodness, Jerry.
Jake, here, win another $50. I hope you're saving your pennies, baby. All right, well, listen, Chad, it's that time of day, and we're even going to put you through this. These guys are going to moan and complain. Go ahead and start your moaning now. We play a little game every day.
Okay.
And so we're going to put you on, but it's going to be fun today because we got 5 evil emperor. Do you want to be the evil emperor, or do you want to be on a team today?
I'll remain the evil emperor.
Okay, so we'll have a 2-on-2, and if you need help, you can ask Evil Emperor. Well, let me do local birthdays real quick. First, Trevor Shoemaker's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Trevor.
Don't be getting up. You're playing the game.
I'll be right back.
Set your butt down. Stephanie Faye Satterfield's her birthday, 24. Danny Boisel. You know Danny Boisel? He's a car guy.
That sounds familiar.
He's a car guy.
I'd know if I saw him, probably.
Yeah, you'd know him. Susan Ross, 34. You know Susan. Joanne Evans, 73. Bob McCoppin, 71. Claudia Rose, 48. Kyle Brown, 31. Katie Larkart, 29. Now, here's our first game, Chad. I'm going to name a celebrity. We're just going to play high-low with everybody. Everybody gets one guess before you get to guess again. And we're trying to guess how old the celebrity is, okay? Uncle Punky, why don't we start with you, since you haven't said much today. That's all right. You look good even with that gourd head, dude. All right, here we go. Bryan Cranston. How old is Bryan Cranston? Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle.
78.
That's too high. Oh. Go ahead, Todd. We'll just walk around.
Let's do 68.
68 is just a little low.
Just a little low. So that's my age, 69.
69.
I'm 71.
He's 71. Yeah, 69. You didn't even get a chance to guess that time. We'll let you guess first on this
I'm
one.
terrible at this stuff. I shouldn't even be.
Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes. We'll let the judge go first.
She the comedian?
Yeah.
I'd say she's 65.
In the ballpark, that's high.
At least I know who she is.
Yeah, that's good.
I have no idea who that is.
I love her comedy.
61.
Ding, 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 ding. 61. I heard 60.
Oh, okay,
over
so
there.
she's our age and my age then. Wow.
Daniel J.
I
Travante.
thought she was older than that. I was sorry, Wanda.
Hill Street Blues. Daniel J. Travante.
What character did he play?
He's on Hill, a detective. He's on Hill Street Blues.
A lot of help you are, Charlie.
I have no idea who that is.
Hill Street Blues. He's old. Older than anybody in this room.
No. 83.
Higher than 83.
87.
Bracketed.
Ooh, 85.
85. Tom May slides in there. That's right. 85. Peter Wolf. Centerfold. Jay Giles, lead singer. Peter Wolf. Not Peter and the Wolf, but Peter Wolf.
67.
Oh, higher than 67.
Let's do 79.
Ding, 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 ding. 79.
Todd's hot.
Dang. Rachel Weisz. She's in the Mummy series and also Constantine. Yeah, I don't know her either, but I
No
threw
clue.
it on there. 64 is high.
55.
Ding, 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 ding. He don't know anybody, but he's got the last 3 right.
Yeah, what is going on with me?
I don't know. I'm going to play the lottery when I leave
Yeah,
here.
you probably should. What are you using drones or something here?
Yeah.
All right.
Drones are feeding me.
Yvonne Lendl.
Tennis,
that's right. Don't give me that sigh.
I can't.
Yvonne, remember Yvonne
I'm not
Lendl?
good with names. I have to
Tennis
picture the
player.
face.
Tennis player.
42?
Oh, he's older now.
No.
68.
Just not just a little lower, but lower than
63.
Bracketed between 63 and 68.
Oh, so 65.
There you go, 65. There you go. You said you didn't know who it
Well, I
was.
just know math.
That East Clinton math, baby. That's like yesterday. I had a guy arguing with me about a guy being 99, and he said he's only 97. Then he put his birth date up.
He was 99.
It's 99.
99, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I got
Well, I
maybe
got
mine.
lucky. I got the good math teachers East Clinton. Mr. Mullins, Mr. Verne,
Oh,
Mr. Cheney.
Yeah.
Mr. Cheney.
Mr.
Yeah.
Cheney was science. He was Buddha.
Yeah, but you had a lot of math.
Oh yeah, and chemistry.
Well, I took
stuff.
physical science, chemistry, and
Same.
physics. And he
Same.
was.
I didn't take
He was
physics.
probably a better math teacher than Mr. Verne, actually.
Yeah, well, and Mr. Short.
And Mr. Verne was good.
I had Mr. Short.
I never had Mr. Short.
Mr. Short was great.
I took all the AP classes, Charlie, for college.
I took a bunch of them too,
how'd you get
but
Mr.
I wasn't going to be a lawyer.
Mr. Short.
I was just going to be a music teacher.
What did Mr. Short teach?
He taught algebra. I had him for algebra
Oh,
1
okay.
and algebra
Okay,
2.
that's a college class. I didn't know Mr. Short ever taught
Man,
algebra.
throw shade at my.
Well,
we both went to
I'm a year
Wilmington
ahead of you.
College
I'm
too.
a year ahead of you. When I took algebra, he didn't teach algebra. He taught remedial math.
No, I had him for algebra. I did.
Okay, well,
yeah.
he must have
At
taken
least
it.
You go,
3
Chad. Get him
EC
before he has a chance
alumni
to
up
go.
here.
That's right. You got him back
Hey,
in
I give
What?
credit
We
where
got
credit's
3
due, though.
EC alumni up here. That's
Yeah,
I know.
East Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jerry used to work at East Clinton.
Okay. Yeah.
Go East Clinton. When I played, that's from back when we used to beat Clinton Massey.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's true.
Basketball.
All right, last
football.
one for our celebrity birthdays. No, we got 2 more. I lied. Lynn Swan. Well, yeah, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Great wide
Oh, I should
receiver.
know that one, but I don't.
Yeah, Lynn Swan. He was popular when we were
Yeah,
in
that's
high
why I don't-
school.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
So add, just take it and add about 10, 15 years to your age, and you're going to be close.
72.
Higher than 72.
77.
It's bracketed between 72 and 77.
So 75,
Bracketed between 72 and 75.
74.
Bracketed between 72 and 74. 73.
73 and a half.
73, yeah.
Okay.
Michael Eisner.
Disney?
Yeah.
68.
Higher. He's older than anybody in here.
90.
Lower.
84.
Just a little high.
83.
83. There you go. All right. They figured out my code here.
Yeah, okay.
Franco Harris
I thought you said there were only 2 left.
is in memory.
This game would be better if you could like post a picture.
It would be.
Yeah,
It would be.
yeah, because a lot of, I don't know names. I'm terrible with names.
All right. Well, this one is no names either, but here we go. Chain connection. So, Chad, since you're the guest, you get your choice of Jerry, Todd, or Uncle Punky to be your partner.
Okay. Why do I need a partner?
Well, you're playing a game, chain connection. I'm gonna give you a word. It's like I might say the word mountain, and the next word starts with D.
Okay.
Mountain Dew. You see what I mean? That's how it
All right.
works.
All right, and I get to pick whoever I want.
Yes,
And
except
what's
the
the
evil
choices?
emperor. The evil emperor
Evil
can help
Emperor,
everybody.
Who is the evil emperor? That can't
That's
be
right.
Mr. Phillips.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He
So-
takes great pride in
He
that.
takes great pride in that because he
Yeah.
has to keep you guys straight. Is that
Well, and if you ask him for help, he will only respond if you go, "Oh, evil emperor."
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know all that. So there's a lot to this. You have to know a lot of things to come on this show.
That's right. We have fun though. It's fun though.
Okay.
See, look, everybody's smiling already. We haven't even started the
Okay.
game yet.
I picked the fellow that's been in education.
Jerry Bear. Well, you realize he was a maintenance man.
Oh, I didn't know that. You said he.
Astro maintenance.
Very good at this stuff.
You said he worked
Jerry
at school.
he did. He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And actually, probably a pretty wise choice.
Okay.
So Uncle
All right.
Punky,
Well, I get
I
a
said a
feel.
pretty wise choice.
I get a feel for.
I was
folks,
complimenting you.
I know, but
So yeah, if he has to be like a word, if he has to
Todd?
be a word thesaurus, I need all the help I can get.
Todd and Uncle Punky are a team against Chad and Jerry. Now you get one more, or Judge Carey, excuse me.
That's all right.
Now you get a choice. You get to pick your column or go first, A or B, or you can go first.
Oh, I'd rather pick the column.
Okay, what column do you want, A or B?
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
You got to tell me, A or B?
B?
B? All right, sounds good. It's
the worst.
And that means you
B
guys
for
go
best.
first. Here we go. All right, here we go. This should be an easy one today. You guys, who knows? You could run the board. You could.
Is there money involved in this?
No.
Chad, see your phone?
Yes, Chad can see my phone. Sometimes
Does that need
people.
turned?
No, sometimes people will
I
put
can't read.
hints.
He's got such small lettering. I don't know how he reads that.
I can read it.
See, look. See, I got my letters big.
I see that.
Yeah. So, like, if you look at text, see how big it is.
It is.
How
Yeah.
in the world do you read what you see?
I can read that. I don't have
Okay,
any
you must
problem
have better
reading that.
eyesight.
Because
I am younger.
That's true.
we get a lot of help from.
Well, there again, I'm a high mile car.
The audience helps you.
Yeah, we get a lot of help from the audience.
Yeah, they
Hey, now, do you know the biggest difference between, because you and I went to the same college. Not only did we go to the same
high school and college.
and grade school, we went to the same college, Wilmington College. And then when I went to law school, I read as much in the first semester of law school than I probably read all 4 years of
I believe
Wilmington
that.
College.
Yeah, I believe that.
So I can't see anymore.
Okay, so you guys are first, column A. Here we go. Bird, B. Now you don't want to answer now. This is just for them. Bird, B.
Bird brain.
That's wrong. All right, here we go for Jerry and Chad. Senior, H. And you're allowed to discuss before you give me the.
Bigger numbers are better.
I don't. What?
A word that would relate to it.
Senior.
Okay. Is there
Senior H.
Okay, it's what pediatrics for kids. What would it be for seniors in the hospital?
Old farts. No, I'm just kidding. Senior H.
Geriatrics, right?
Geriatrics. But this
I'm
is,
sorry.
it starts with an H, though. Senior
Oh, it has to start
H.
with an H.
Yeah.
Senior.
Senior. Clue to your next word. Senior high.
The evil emperor says senior high. Do you want to go with that?
High school.
Do you want to go with that?
High school.
What's up? You guys got to tell me. Is that
Wow,
your,
we'll go with Mr. Phillips.
the evil
Mr.
emperor?
Phillips. He wouldn't lead
evil
us wrong,
emperor.
would he? Never.
Senior high
Okay, high school.
Yeah.
is correct.
Okay.
Senior high is correct.
All right, now you got to get the next one since I got that one.
All right, here we go.
Look at
This one is a little weird.
Little shaky.
Well, I tried to give you as a hint. High T. See, it's
Oh, it's
high.
still for us?
Yeah, because you got it.
Yeah.
High T.
High T.
High T. I don't know, tall?
High times, high T. What you got?
High tide? Tide?
High tide. High tide. High tide.
You like that one? Tide?
Good guess, but it's wrong.
What was it?
You
can't tell us?
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Second letter.
Oh.
You're not off the hook.
So here we go. Bird,
Bath.
bath. That's right. Bird, bath.
Bird bath. Do we get an extra point since we didn't get the letter?
No, bath because you got a letter. Bath T.
Bath tea?
Yes, sir.
You mean like bath time?
Could be.
Oh.
Bath T.
Bathtub.
Bathtub. Good guess.
Good.
All right.
What, was that right or wrong?
Wrong.
So now,
Anytime you hear it's wrong.
so now it comes back to us.
Back to you.
You and you get your second letter, Chad.
Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna give you two letters this time. High T E.
High test.
High test. Do you want to go with high test?
I like that. High test.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys, bath.
Oh, you just figured it out, huh?
You
It'll be back to us.
you guys. It's
Bath tea.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at Jerry. Bath T-O.
Towel. Bath T-O.
Oh, I got that one. Can I answer for him?
No, it's there.
You don't want to help them. Come on, Kevin.
Evil Emperor, just give you.
Bath T-O. Bath towel. Oh, bath towel?
Do you want bath towel?
Yeah, that'll work. Why not?
Bath towel is correct.
Yes.
Oh, he's got a good poker face. I didn't. I thought when he did that, he was tricking you.
That was funny because
Thanks, Jake.
Todd May goes, yeah, like he got it.
Good job. Good job. Now they need to lose the next one though, so we get it back.
Tau D.
Tau D.
Yes, as in dog head. Tau D.
Go ahead.
What?
Dog head. Remember when we were kids? You used to call the kids all the time dog head. Hey, dog head was how.
I don't remember that.
I do. Tau D.
You were lucky. I got called a lot worse.
Too damn long is watching.
Hey, all right, that's Brandon Grimsley, yes. Tau D.
Sean Poole's watching.
And it makes a lot of sense.
Tau Dry.
Yes, Tau Dry. that's
Nice.
right.
Nice. Wow.
All right.
Yes.
You guys are on a roll.
Now this is the questionable
Like I got
one for
it.
you guys. Dry S. As in sucker. S as in sucker. Dry S.
I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of.
It's fun watching these guys thinking here.
I'm still waiting for Kevin Martin to give us the
Kevin Martin.
Is this game supposed to be fun?
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly right, Chad.
I just wondered.
All right. So we'll try dry sand.
Charlie will tell you.
How'd you guys get that?
Just like
Is it?
Yeah, that's good.
Dry
That's
sand.
good. That makes sense.
Nice.
Wow.
That was my first thought, but then I thought, what's that have to do with the bathroom and towel?
Well, it doesn't. It's just those two
Well, I guess
words.
it does. A towel when you go to the beach. You gotta always take a towel.
All right. So here we go. The next one. Sand W.
Oh, I got that one. I think.
Sam W.
Yes, sir.
No. Well, Judge, be sure to echo that out so we can steal your answer.
Sam W.
Somebody put dry squeegee, dry socket, dry skin, dry scalp.
Hey, can you throw out like a question to ask you to help them? Not to,
You want to help them? Yeah,
No, we're not keeping score.
they're beating you right now. You want to be quiet.
I'm at a complete loss.
What do you got? A complete loss? I'll give you the clock in. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sand, water. I don't know.
Sand, water?
I guess. Yeah.
And all right, here we go. Going on.
Sand wedgie. I knew it wasn't sand
Hi. I'm gonna give you yours
I'm gonna
because.
let him answer because I think he got it.
Well, no, you don't want to say a word till I'm done.
Oh.
High TEA, and that is the word. High T. No, I don't get it either.
This is no one I'm like runner on.
High T.
High T. But here's your next word. So
So is that like
I got
for
that.
golf? Is that like a high T for golf?
The way they spelled it was TEA. Oh, like high tea in the morning. We're gonna have.
Did you get this? Is this a British thing this morning?
No. T.
Is it Canadian?
No.
Okay.
TP. TEAP. So it kind of goes along with what I just said if you think about it.
Teapot.
I'm
You guys
good with
agreeing?
that. I'm good with that.
Teapot is wrong.
Oh,
All right.
We're doing terrible at this.
Yeah.
Sand, W-E.
Sand wedge.
Sand wedge.
Yeah.
Rick's back here
Yeah.
goofing off, and he got it right back here.
That's,
All right,
that's what I thought it was too, by the way.
for the win.
Oh no.
I like Sean's answer.
What did he say?
Sand dash witch. I'm sorry.
I don't
That's
get
funny.
that.
I don't care where you're
Sandwich.
from.
Well, I don't know
Sandwich.
if I get that. I'm
Sandwich.
a little slow on the
Sandwich.
uptake.
Sandwich.
Oh, sandwich.
Yeah,
That is good.
he's from
Yeah, that is
Greenfield.
good.
It's
Yeah.
okay. All right,
Yeah,
All right.
Greenfield's a neat town.
all right. So here we go for the win. Wedge S. Man, everybody went
Wedge.
completely.
Salad. Yeah, I thought, you might want to find a new game. This is
No, this is fun. Wedge salad. Don't we put my games out?
wedge salad. Is that
You're-
right?
Yes,
is that
they
right?
won. They just beat you.
Okay.
All right, now.
Well, you think of food, I'd get it. You think?
Now, well, you didn't have that one. That wasn't yours. Now we'll go back to yours just to see if you guys
Well, I
can.
got more of theirs than ours.
You did. You picked the wrong column.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. TPA. Yeah, anybody can answer now since they already won. TPA.
Party.
Tea party, right. Party P.
Party people.
Party people. See how easy this is?
Well, yeah, now it's easy.
People.
Yeah, too late now.
People, yeah, they're
Yeah, now that it's over.
they're winning your game too. People M.
People M?
People M.
People movers.
No.
No.
Mom?
No, they just had an anniversary or something yesterday. Or a day or two ago.
People M.
People M.
Is it a band?
I don't know what he's talking about. He's just.
People M. You're the one that reported on it, Mr. Today in History.
What did you report on, Ken?
Find out.
Bill, how you doing, Bill? People
Mr.
MA. People MA.
People man.
People matters?
Oh my God. Bill, you can play People Magazine. There we go.
Oh, okay.
There's still
we go.
magazines around?
Now the last
People
one.
magazine.
The last one. This is easy, like the rest of them were. But you guys just killing me today. I don't know how they got sand, dry sand. Magazine R. Nope. We used to love these when we were old kids.
Magazine rack?
Yeah, magazine rack.
Yeah,
there you go.
we still read them for free because we couldn't afford to buy a magazine.
Rick's back here saying Playboy under his breath.
That's probably where some of us saw our first Playboy. It was on the rack.
Now, I'm going to throw this guy under the bus, but he was in your class, so I don't feel too bad about it. Dean Luttrell, remember Dean?
Oh, yeah.
But Dean, his mom come in and saw my mom for parent-teacher conference.
Okay.
And Mom was like, Dean's a great kid.
Well, Dean was a good kid.
But but this is what was funny. She said, we just got to get him to read more. She said he just kind of doesn't want to do it. He kind of struggles with it. And Dean's mom, without even blinking an eye, goes, okay, I'll just start buying him Playboys. I know he'll read those. right. That was right in the middle of a parent-teacher conference.
Well,
my mom's like,
well, Dean was in my class.
Yes.
And Dean's a good guy.
Dean's great. I love Dean. Dean and I were great friends in school.
If I was going to guess which one of the Luttrell brothers, because there's a bunch of those kids.
Yes.
Would look at a Playboy. Dean would have been the
be
last
the
one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
no.
he had. There's a couple of them that were more ornery than Dean, I thought.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Dean always did the right thing.
Dean, you got to remember, there's a saying my mom always taught me, and this guy right here is the epitome of this. You look his saying up in a book, there's a picture of this guy right here. Still waters run deep.
Okay.
That's no thing for you to tell Judge about.
Right there. Still waters run deep. Now, it goes back to this girl I had in school. Great kid. Super kid. Do anything for you. Parent. One was a teacher. One was a preacher. On the weekends, she's out doing a little and car surfing. All the time, and smoking
surfing
and smoking pot. I'm like, you're killing me.
Well, growing up as a kid, the orneriest kids were preachers' kids and cops' kids.
Yeah,
were the orneriest kids.
Yeah.
Antique dealers' kids were little angels.
We were, yeah.
I can honestly say I've never been convicted.
Well, hey, seriously, all through high school and college, I was like the voice of reason. I kept friends out of trouble. You know, like I can remember showing up at somebody's house to pick a friend up or something, and the parent would answer the door and goes, oh, thank God they're going out with you tonight, which I took as a compliment.
Then they're going 100 miles an hour in the Riviera.
There was a time and place, Charlie. And did you ever hear the old saying, you don't have to tell everything you know?
Well, I didn't know that. I was just guessing.
Yeah.
I was just guessing.
Just kind of the opposite with me. They open the door and say, oh, crap.
Yeah, I never had that. Now, my brother might have, but I didn't. Yeah.
Your brother? Yeah.
I remember showing up to Art and Betty Borton's house one night, and Betty answered the door and said, oh, thank God he's going out with you tonight.
This is funny.
Yeah.
This must be one of your old court guys. It's different seeing Chad sit there without his gavel and robe.
Well, Well,
Not guilty.
Maybe they're a frequent flyer. I don't know.
Brandon, you remember Brandon Grimsley? Bobby B's son?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bobby and Diane.
I know. I remember a lot of Grimsleys. That one isn't ringing a bell, which might be a good thing.
That might be a good thing. Brandon's all right. Hey, it's like I said earlier, all it takes is one bad decision. You can be in trouble for a long time. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we got Bill Lehrman in the house. He wants to come up, I think, talk a little basketball. And Chad, you're more than welcome to stick around, or if you want to hit the road, that's up to you.
Well, I want to thank you for having me, number one. Number two, if any of you know our 3 county commissioners and you have their ear, tell them about our resource center and what you think of it. And I encourage everybody, if you don't know about it, it's at 94 South on the 3rd floor. Come up. We entertain visitors anytime.
What times is it open now?
Well, you would have to call and check on that, but I'd say there's somebody up there every day because we do a lot of evening things.
Yeah.
Every day after like lunchtime on, there's somebody up there, but like there could be somebody there from 7 to 8 p.m., but not every day.
Okay.
Because we do a lot of stuff after hours and on weekends and stuff. So.
Appreciate you bringing the food in, and you need to come back.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to come back,
All right.
and you need to send your evil minions back again.
Okay. Well, no, I don't have any evil minions. They're all good folks.
Send Chad back.
I do have a
the 2
request.
girls want to come in, I think, again.
Great. Well, tell me which ones, and
Well, the 2 that were here already.
Okay, Mel and Rachel.
Yeah, because Mel's in charge of one of those programs.
Mel's
right?
is like the backbone of the 4-H program.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
She was the one that wanted to come back in, but the other one I think wanted to come in and talk more about the after-school program.
Okay, that might have been Rachel.
I think it was.
And you need to get Andrew Conneru up here, who I think is a mainstay of the Murphy here too. Andrew Conneru is our director.
Don't know him.
Of the Resource Center, and he's an amazing individual and another peach of a fella. The program wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for him. He's the backbone of that.
Well, let me give you a few cards to give them. Tell them get in touch with me because we want them on. And they did you well that first day they were on. They just weren't on long enough.
Okay.
Because they only came for an hour.
Well, we appreciate you giving us this opportunity, and I would encourage you to maybe get a game that's more.
Oh, come on. Come on. Actually, today we didn't have it.
Give me a call, drop me an email.
Okay.
We do have. It's amazing. Some of these times we play that game, we'll have 20 or 30 people or answers. About 5 to 10 people giving the answers. What's this? Chad, if I can get all my money back for the marijuana possession charges, which is legal now.
Wow.
He's not in that court anymore, Brandon. You're barking up the wrong judge there, brother.
Yeah, you have to get a hold of David Henry for that.
Yeah, Dave Henry, there you go.
On the show.
Yeah.
And you might not want to tell him, You may as well leave. That's, again, that goes back to the rear view mirror. It's small.
Yeah,
Keep that stuff in the past.
And then I'll throw something else in for that young person. Sometimes less is more. Yeah.
You knew you were going to have a little of that, And I think that's good that people can joke with you a little bit about that because that means they're not looking at you like the true evil emperor.
Well, that's the way. That's what people don't understand. We judges are human,
right?
We're human beings. So.
And I don't know. I'm gonna let it go. There's another guy I would love to talk about, but the guy that's helped me out in Rhode Island. The old man that's the judge. You ever watch him?
No.
You ever get a chance to watch? Lost in what's the big town in Rhode Island? Providence. Check out Lost in Providence.
Entertaining.
Well, it's his actual court.
Yeah.
But his big thing, like with your things, he has people donate to him all the time, and people that have been in trouble once or twice that can't afford fines, he takes it out of his fund to just pay their fine. Okay. He's a super, I think it's Lost in Providence or something.
Well, fines are for to help deter people from doing it again. Because if there's no, for instance, as this 18-year-old, I would have probably drove faster everywhere I went if I didn't get caught for speeding.
Once you watch the show, you'd understand.
Yeah.
There's something in Providence. Check it out sometime. I'd be curious. And he doesn't work anymore. He's got cancer.
Oh,
but
that's too bad.
super. I mean, just super great guy. We're out of here for a minute. We'll be back with Bill Lehrman. Hang in there.
It's an effort to warn wild weather
Yes,
warlords. A new initiative coming before Congress to force thunder to roll before lightning strikes.
A shocking proposition that is sure to spark some debate, with a 70% chance of failure sweeping in overnight from the Dakotas.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Stories we make up just for you, and the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater, Ohio's hometown theater, every Monday morning on the Murphy Report.
Find us on the Murphy Theater website and on our own YouTube's channel.
You know, Steve, I was once struck by lightning.
Oh, really? Any after effects?
Yeah, every time I sneeze, my garage door opens.
I had something similar happen to me. Every time I bend over to tie my shoes, I rip my pants.
Oh, from a lightning strike?
Yes.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. The only man in the world who can list all the vice president's wives in order of height, from shortest to tallest.
reunites with the only other man in the world who cares.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up stories to brighten your day.
And maybe, just maybe, keep you safe. But don't count on it.
And all the latest news about the Murphy, Ohio's hometown theater. It's what you've come to expect.
And it's what we've come to deliver.
With the Murphy Report. Every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel.
Amanda, I understand you have a special skill of reciting the entire alphabet backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
That must be quite a belch.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
And I remember the ticket was more than my truck payment.
Wow.
By then I had a little nicer truck.
Well, right now it's a minimum $200 fine.
Yeah. Well, back then it was probably hasn't kept up with.
Well, it's 30 and 170 court
Yeah,
costs.
1982 or 3 when I got that first speeding ticket, I think it was $65, and my payment, my truck payment was $58. So that 200 probably really hasn't kept up with
The times.
Inflation, yeah.
Because the average truck payment today is probably $500.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But that payment in 1983 was $65. That ticket, and it was more than my truck payment.
Yeah, I believe that.
Crazy.
God, I got to slow down.
Yeah.
Got to bale more hay. Bale more hay.
You bale as much hay as you can, man. You know, especially if you're an overachiever, you were already baling all the hay you could. You know?
For what, $1 an hour, right?
No,
$1.25?
The best rate I got was when I worked for Tony Williams for $7 an hour.
$7 an
He would
hour.
hire me, and he.
I guess I was crazy.
Yeah, he would. Well, everywhere else you got 4, but Tony paid you 7.
Nice.
But he had to be there when he wanted you. So you had to drop everything.
Brandon Grimsley says he really appreciated you and treating him right when he was in court with you.
Oh, okay, well, we treat everybody the same.
Well, no,
We try to treat everybody right.
he's trying to be complimentary. He is.
Somebody cornered me one time at the coffee shop, and they said, "Hey, this person talks bad of you," and I'm like, "Well, I don't remember who that is, but if they're talking bad about me, they maybe they're bad."
Yeah, he says I appreciated you for real. Thank you.
Oh,
that's what he
nice.
says, for real.
Stand up,
Hopefully, you'll get a lot of those.
Stand up even if you're the only one standing.
That's right. I've done that. It can be lonely.
Thanks for coming on. All right, and next time we'll talk cars.
Okay.
All right, he's got some beautiful cars. Several cars. All right, Bill. Bill's on. Yes, you do have a hard act follow today. You
Oh
do.
my gosh,
Yeah,
there's no
you
way I
do.
can compare that guy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Chad, we're loving.
Great fellow.
We like getting all the judges on, which we've had 2 of the 3. We need to get, I guess, it's Andrew McCoy now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the new common police court judge.
Common Pleas Court judge, but he just got in there, so we'll give him a little time to get settled in. But it does add a human side to them, you know. When we had the municipal court judge in, he showed.
David's a good guy. I really
Yeah.
like David Henry.
Yeah.
Yes, no doubt. Yep.
I still miss Mike though.
Oh.
Oh well, who doesn't miss Mike Doherty? Yeah,
Mike was amazing.
When I had a chance to go back on the city council, when Randy Milburn stepped down, I got appointed, and I was very appreciative of that. I called him and I said, "Hey, I'd like for you to do something." He said, "What's that, Bill?" I says, "Swear me in." He says, "Why me?" I said, "Mike," I says, "municipal court, it fits." Little did I know until we looked at the family Bible that Dee and I have, Dee's related to Mike. And I'll tell you, it hit me like a ton of bricks when I heard that he passed away. What a great man Mike Doherty was.
Oh, yeah.
He was a good
Yeah.
one. No, it was a class thing that they did to rename the municipal court after him. God rest his soul. Mike Doherty, what a tremendous man he was.
Yep. Jake.
No, I didn't bring any donuts today, and here's the reason why.
You knew we were eating already.
I knew
You're a
Chad.
cheap ass.
He took care of you. Well, I probably am, yeah. Deanna doesn't give me money. Hey, I remember the Roger Bohr phrase. Roger Bohr, former superintendent of schools,
Yeah.
everybody said he could squeeze dimes out of nickels. I learned a long time ago from being around Deanna, I had to squeeze more than dimes out of nickels. She gives me a weekly allowance of maybe $5 to have cash, and I get a McDonald's card, and that's my lunch.
Buckeyes. That's all I'm telling you. Buckeyes.
I hear you.
That's
Well,
next
rain
time,
check.
Buckeyes.
Well, I put in for some PTO time from the place I work at. Yeah, can I get a shameless plug in? Tire discounters.
Which one?
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 jobs, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's
I got
why
no
I'm
part-time
asking.
jobs
Which
for anybody.
one?
So if
didn't
you
know you
need
worked for Tire
somebody
Discounters.
on Thursdays, you can scrape the bottom of the barrel because this old man will be available to do something on Thursdays.
Okay,
Starting
sounds good.
next week.
All right. Seriously, which tire discounters are you at right
Well,
now? Or do you float around?
Well, they do send me around. I'm at Washington. I got to say it right. Deanna gets mad when I say Washington, like Leroy Foster used to
Washington
do.
Courthouse.
Washington Courthouse on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Vienna.
Yeah, people call it New Vienna. Why is that? And I'm also there on Saturdays. Now, I have been working in Hillsborough, but they do have a new guy starting over there. So it looks like I may be headed to Lebanon for a day or 2. Yeah. But that's somewhat close. Yeah, I'm a rover. They send me wherever I need to go.
So a nice thing about Tire Discounters, they were taking care of all of our vehicles for AFERS.
Yeah.
And when we went down North Carolina, the Ward family,
Chip's a great fellow. I had the chance to meet him one time, but boy, oh boy, what a great man he is.
They gave us all new sets of tires for our vehicles because the odds of us getting popped tires down here in North Carolina was
That's nice.
No doubt.
high. But
And Jamie Ward's now the CEO. Got to meet Jamie and so forth. I tell you what, 3 years ago, or what was it, 4 years ago, I guess, when my job got eliminated, I needed some place to go. And a guy by the name of Jim Phillips reached out to me, and he says, "You ever sold tires before?" And I said, "Well, I have a little bit, but primarily I've been running the service department at car dealerships." And he says, "Well, it won't be all that bad. Come over and talk to me." So I'm eating a Gold Star chili, and he calls me, and he said, "I'm over here at Wilmington store. Come on over." I sat right in his truck and did the job interview. He said, "Okay, you're hired. When you want to start?" Okay. You know, I didn't know what to say.
Right.
But it's been a great career for me. I just keep people rolling.
Travis Fenstemacher, who comes in on Thursdays, he's the manager, family, farm, and home. They do the same thing to him. They'll make him go, because they just can't get anybody to work. And this week he had to go clear to Piqua and work all day in a store.
I remember
That's
one
a
day I
drive.
worked, you know where Miami Valley Gaming is. We got a store over there at Monroe on 63, and so there was a guy with a manager needed to be off. His wife was undergoing surgery, and so Jim Phillips, the regional manager, called me and he says, "Hey, can you go to Monroe tomorrow?" I said, "Well, yeah, that's no problem." So I'm over there. That was the day that a truck hauling aluminum siding lost its load on Austin Landing. Count them, people. We had at least 5 or 6 cars come in with ripped tires because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then one day it was kind of funny too. Now, if y'all know where Mainville is,
Yeah.
48 and 22 and 3,
Yeah.
it's called Hoptown. Well, that's actually where I was born. So they called me, Rafe Barber called me one morning and he said, Billy, don't go to Wilmington today. I need you over at a place at Mainville, 48 and 22 and 3. And I says, no, it's not Mainville, it's Hoptown. How do you know it's called Hoptown? I said, because I was born there.
Yep. You put the hop in it.
Yep, Hoptown, 48 and 22 and 3. Remember Jockey Joe Kelly used to be on WLW a few years ago?
Don't know him.
Don't know him? He lived right there at that intersection right there. My dad always did like talking. He called in, he even talked to Dad on the air and so forth, but Dad stopped and visited with him one day. This is back in the day when they had James Francis, Patrick O'Neill in the mornings, Jockey Joe Kelly, Chuck Doherty, and then of course a lot of people changed later on. They even had Bill Wills down there, of course. You know, my claim to fame was I'm the guy that hired Bill Wills, two of the best people I ever hired in radio. The other one was Jeff Hibbs, and I get so teary-eyed over Jeff because, my God, I tell you what, we had so many good times together, and people tell me, Learman, you're great on play-by-play. I said, I appreciate that, but I said, I'm going to tell you right now, that guy, Jeff Hibbs, was the absolute best. I produced a lot of his broadcasts when he and Roger Barber were doing games. It was fun for me back in the studios, and you'll appreciate this about East Clinton. The barn's on fire! The barn's on fire! Whenever there was a close ball game, that was his signature line. God bless Hibber. I tell you what, we had a lot of good times together, and I always remember that day I walked into Napa to get a damn, pardon my language there, to get a darn serpentine belt for my car. And he goes, what do you need, Bill? And I said, oh, I need a serpentine belt. I don't know what the heck happened. I started the car up and the belt shred and so forth, so I got to get it fixed. And he said, can I ask you a question? She said, sure, Jeff, what's up? He says, what can I do to get over there? He says, I really want to get into radio. I really love to broadcast. And so I went back and told Dave Walker about it. And by golly, it was one of the best moves we ever made. God rest his soul. I think about him whenever I go by New Antioch. There's times I come back from Hillsboro. I can't go down that road. I can't because it brings back memories of Jeff. But he was a great dude. I'll tell you what, he was one of the best. He really, really was.
Now, I liked another guy you guys had out there too. I can't remember his last name.
Rob Osborne.
Rob Osborne.
Great
he was good.
Talk show host. Oh my gosh, was he ever? Very talented. Yeah, he would be probably number 3. He said his idol was Bill Nance on WING and another station over in the Dayton area. But boy, I'll tell you what, he could sit down behind a microphone. He could talk about anything. With me, it's got to be sports or history or things like that. But I mean, he could talk about anything. He was really good. We had a lot of good people there on Nelson Avenue. It's just a shame that things shut down June 22nd of 2003. Yeah, it's a day that I remember quite well.
That's too bad.
Why do I come here and cry? I guess I just show my emotion. I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. And you just got, what, a 15-year pin for something, did I see last night on Facebook?
I was truly honored last night. I walked into that Southwest Ohio Regional Conference and I had no idea. Beverly Rhodes, a longtime member of the Hillsboro School Board, and she used to be their treasurer. I walk in and I told her who I was and she knew me and we had hugs and so forth. And she says, oh, by the way, she says, there's something for you at your table. I says, what is it? I won a door prize? She goes, you're getting recognized tonight, 15 years.
Oh, that's neat.
I didn't even realize
You think they would have told you, well, we want you to be
blind
here.
luck, I guess. So I called the end and I said, honey, I'm sorry. I should have had you come here with me. You could have been my guest. And she says, well, she says, hey, congratulations, but I have one question. I said, what's that? Are they going to ask you to talk? I said, no, probably not. And she says, thank goodness.
All right. Well,
now I know where I rate.
We'll be back in just
City
a minute.
Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
Mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Hello, Troy Bach at Car Express. Want to wish Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse best of luck. Thank you for supporting local businesses. You can check us out online at Car Express, that's CarXpressWCH.com. We're at 321 South Elm Street in Washington Courthouse. Stop in or apply online.
All Thursdays off. Whoops.
We're back, and I'm writing it in right now.
What I was telling Charlie during the break, September 11th, I think everybody knows where they were. It's kind of reminiscent of the day that John F. Kennedy was shot and so forth. But for me and Walt Strieber of New Vienna, I can tell you exactly where we were, and I'll even put a tag team on there, Darren Johnston. Darren succeeded me as the farm director of WKFI when I left, and I joined the Ohio Farmers Union as their government relations director. Crazy me, I had an idea I wanted to be a state rep someday, so I thought, there's my opportunity. I'm going to take this job, take it for a year or so, and then I was wanting to run for state representative, you know. And so we're there, and we're getting ready to go into Mike Pence's office at 9 o'clock. Mike Pence at that time was the chairman of the House Agricultural Committee. There is, folks, a red phone called the bat phone in every congressional office. When that lights up, somebody needs to answer it immediately. One of Mike Pence's aides grabbed it, took the phone call, and he said, we have to evacuate. There was a plane headed towards the Capitol with bombs on it. It's the one that went down in Harrisburg. But beyond that, here's the thing. We never had a chance to get started with our meeting, obviously, because the tower's getting hit that day.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, your life flashes before your eyes. You really do. Because we didn't know what was going to happen. But I pulled Walt aside. Quick story. We'll talk about it more later on. I said, Walter, we got to get these people out of here. We had about 50 to 60 people from all over Ohio. So I start thinking in my head, what can we do? What can we do? So I said to Walt, we're going to have to call back to Columbus office. We're going to have to get vans out here to get everybody out of here. Because they even said, no planes are going to leave. None whatsoever. You're going to have to figure out a way to get back home. So everything was canceled. All air traffic stops. So we called our office back there in Columbus, and through some of the Ford dealers, I think we had 5 or 6 vans come out and get us. And I got to tell you something. Never thought I'd get to see Deanna or the kids again. It was something, but we later found out that plane went down in Harrisburg.
Oh, you mean the one that went down in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That wasn't Harrisburg.
No, it wasn't Harrisburg, up on 62. But you know, my life changed that day. I appreciate every single day I get up and can put my feet on the ground. Oh, well, that's in the past now, but we'll talk about that on September 11th. I'll be ready for that day.
All right. Well, now, what you wanted to come in today? Didn't you have some basketball stuff you wanted to talk about? Or?
I guess call me on the bandwagon, but I'm a South Webster Jeep fan. Norm's team won last night. They beat some prep academy, and I'm talking about Norm Pearson of South Webster over in southeastern Ohio. No, it wasn't Harvest Prep. It was, I had a screenshot there on my phone. But they beat them 58-44. So now they play Portsmouth Notre Dame, 7 o'clock on Saturday night at Ohio Dominican University. Folks, if they win that game, Norm's team's headed to Columbus. Patriot Prep Academy, 58-44. Now, here's the thing about Norm Pearson. I go back to my time with him here at Wilmington. He was our basketball coach after Arnie Sutter, 1983 and 84. Coach Greg Nard, Coach Bill Ward, Cam Storr, Cortez Hamilton. Those are 4 of the kids that I can remember. Still in contact with a couple of them today. And Norm left us, though, and went to Chesapeake down in southeastern Ohio. He was there for 21 years and was very successful. They named the court after him. He retires. And I went through all this litany last week when I was here about where I've always been. He won a state title in 2009 at Oak Hill. And then migrated over to Lucasville Valley, and then South Webster called him. They needed a coach last year. Come to find out, they made district finals as champions back-to-back years, last year and this year, and they beat Fairfield-Leesburg in that game last Sunday that Dee and I went down and covered down at Athens. And so, hey, the opportunity presents itself. I told Rick, I said, do you think there's a chance maybe we could get that on Campus Nation perhaps? But we'll see what happens. I know I'm going to go cover the game for the News Journal because, there's connections here with Clinton County and with Norm and so forth. But the guy's 74 years old. He's now got 822 wins, 9 wins away from tying the legend Joe Petrocelli of Alter. He'd be the second winningest coach in Ohio basketball history. So if it's in the stars, if the stars are in a line,
so when's this game again?
7 o'clock Saturday night. Now at Ohio Dominican. They will take on Portsmouth, Notre Dame, is who they play.
And where is Ohio Dominican? Is that up near Columbus?
Sunbury or Whitehall, I think it is. Dee was doing a map quest last night, so I called her on the phone. I'm driving home from Xenia, and I said, "Hey, honey," I says, "tell me something. Where is Ohio Dominican at?" I said, "I think somebody said it's up near Sunbury." And so I said, "Well, we'll see what Hubes has to say. Mark Huber, if he wants me to go, guess where we're going? We'll hop in the Honda Civic and away we'll go. We'll head there Saturday evening."
Shanksville is the name of that town.
Okay.
Shanksville.
Okay. Jonathan McKay is a graduate of Ohio Dominican. That's where he went to college.
All the way with John McKay. There you go. Yeah. He's our cab man now.
Yep.
We'd
He
love to
does a
have him
nice
on
job.
here.
I want to give him a shout out. He's done a very nice job with that. That can be a tough position. Being a bus transportation supervisor or being the taxi cab guy can be very difficult. I was in the running at East Clinton about 10 years ago when Gary West was superintendent, but I lost out to somebody else that just wasn't meant to be for me. And
I remember that.
okay,
Yeah,
I was
do.
in the running. I almost got the job. I would have loved to have had it. I guess looking back at my career, a couple mistakes I made. I should have got a doggone CDL. I can drive a farm grain truck, so I figured, by golly, if I can drive a farm grain truck for Dad, I sure as heck can drive a school bus.
Well, I can drive an RV. I only about hit one mailbox one time, but I don't have a CD. And you think you would have to have a CDL for a Class A RV? They're the bus types. Yeah, Kevin and Jake are talking to each other. All right.
A little bit about farming, and I think it's so great. I loved some of the things that Chad had to say today, but again, I used to get so upset with my dad from the standpoint that, well, he worked hard, don't get me wrong, and he had a job in Cincinnati, too. He'd leave at 1:30, 2 o'clock every day down at what was called Diamond International, and then later became known as Jefferson Smurfett Paper Company, and he'd have a list of chores for me to do. And by golly, if I didn't get them done, guess what? It was payback time, and you know what that meant. Get some swats. But I did what Dad wanted me to do, and I'll tell you this, looking back, it taught me a lot. It taught me about responsibility and accountability, and I tried to be that way with my kids too. And there's just something about farm kids. You get that work ethic, and you don't want to get in trouble because there's consequences for it. But Mom and Dad had a rule. You come home after school, and you do your chores, get your homework done, and then I could watch TV or play if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So, and something interesting too, and I guess it just shows you that, we were just glad to have a TV. We did not get we had a black and white TV, didn't get a color TV until 1975 when I was a junior in high school. And the way that Mary, my sister, and I proposed it to Dad always would get us one big gift for Christmas, okay? We get small gifts, but he'd get us one big gift. And I remember asking Dad when the Reds made the World Series, I said, "Dad, could we please get a color TV so that we could watch the Reds in the World Series in color?" And guess where we went? Steinberg's!
Yeah.
Remember Steinberg's?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, down at Milford. And that was the closest place for us from where I grew up. And so we got a color TV, and boy, that was just so great to get to watch the Reds in the World Series. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that would have been
1975 and then 76, back to back. And let's face it, times have changed in baseball. You couldn't put together a team like what they had back then. And people say anybody could have managed that team. I think what Sparky was so good at doing was managing the egos. Think about the people he had to deal with. You had Pete, you had Johnny, you had Joe Morgan. Right. Tony Perez was the glue that held everybody together. Boy, they later found that out after they traded him to Montreal because the team went nosedive. Yeah. But, that was the nice thing about Sparky. He knew how to handle those guys. And he just sat back and let them win a lot of games.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
But he had it up here. And as I said last week when I was here, he had a great bench coach in George Sugar. He said he had the smarts. I had the title. I had the nameplate on my office, but he said Shergs, or Sugar Bear as they called him, he was the real brainchild behind that. And he had great coaches. Ted Klazuski, you talked about Ted earlier, as the hitting coach, and Larry Shepard as pitching coach.
You remember Tobe Weichel?
No, I don't. No, I can't.
Tobe was a great. It was kind of funny because him and George Crow used to have these they'd roll their wheelchairs into these buggies, and they're like little chariots. They just drive around town in these little. And I think that's what they called them, like a wheelchair chariots.
Isn't that something?
But yeah, Tobe, he was. You talk about baseball, man.
Oh, opening day, too. I would love to come in on opening day. Hibber and I, go back to Jeff again, we went down to Reds opening day in 1984. It was funny. They had snow that morning, and they got the Zambonis out getting the snow and everything off. What would be the chances of getting to talk with, I didn't get a chance to talk to Pete, but I talked to Buck Rogers, who was the manager of the Montreal Expos, who actually was from Delaware, Ohio, and met Peter Uberoth, at that time the commissioner of baseball.
Yeah.
Got a field pass and was down on the field at the Riverfront Stadium 1984. OMG, oh my gosh.
All right, well, listen, we appreciate you coming on, Bill, for the end here, and we'll definitely get you on more here in the future.
Charlie, before we go, did you see that Wilmington is removing the splash park?
It's finally being taken care of.
The splash park in Wilmington is being
this is
demolished.
Splash Park. We're talking about the hole out there by McDonald's. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All
I'm
the
going
memes
to Quaker
and
Green
stuff.
today, too, by the way. Hey, I'll tell you a guest I will get on here for you. Barry Craddock, the baseball coach at Wilmington College.
Okay.
Love that guy. He is all about winning. He is working real hard to bring some good baseball talented kids in. Did a nice job up at Worcester College up there in Northern Ohio. And he is really working hard building a program. And I get to do something I've always wanted to do. I'm going to call a few games. I love getting to call baseball.
All right. Well, we're done for today. Real quick, final quote. Earl Warren, which is Chad's favorite judge, he said earlier. This is a funny one. Ben Franklin may have discovered electricity, but it is the man who invented the meter who made the money.
Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah. And in the immortal words of Harry Carey, life is good. Everybody have a great weekend. Yeah.